Hey, it is Erica Q.
And Rob Q.
And here we are, day number 3 of our 12 days of marriage. And so, if you remember yesterday, I talked about how some people ask questions. Thank you, honey bunny. And so today we're going to be talking about blended families. That's a hot topic, and believe me, we just don't even have all the time to go into blended families.
Take all 12 days.
True that. However, blended families. Okay, you want to start, honey, or you want me to start?
You start.
Okay, so as far as blended families, so we are a blended family, and 75% of our children are above the age of 21, and then 25% are 13 and younger, 13 and 10. So their ages are 24, 22, 21, 13, 10. And so as it relates to blending families, I feel like, and honey, you can either back me up or disagree. I feel like as it relates to the blending of our families, we blended families just fine. That was not a struggle. All of our children get along and, treat each other well. Nobody is, little monsters or monsters or mean or cruel to each other. So sorry, it just cut off. The blending of our families was not difficult, and we try to, as much as possible, to always show what a healthy relationship and marriage looks like to all of our children. It is our hope, should they decide they want to get married, that they have something to an example. I had an example growing up, and my parents have always been married for my whole entire life. And not the case if my husband comes also from a blended family, really. So the blending part is not an issue for us, or hasn't been an issue for us, I would say. I think it is the factors that make us a blended family. In my case, there's no other parent because they passed away. In my husband's case, there is another parent. And I cannot say that it matters what age the kids are. I think it just really matters on the maturity and the boundaries of the previous relationship or marriage that children have come from, and that makes a difference, of course, in our marriage. However, as far as blending, it just keeps cutting me off. So either I talk too much, my husband would say yes, or just like we said, I mean, it just goes, it's a lot, honey. But as far as it relates to blending families, is what I was saying, is the fact that we try to bring the best of our childhood, or things that worked for us, or things that we did, and then we kind of tweak that or make it our own within our family. So we have different traditions or different things that we do. We're both very family oriented. My husband probably more than I. However, that works out. And actually, that's something that he said the very first time we went out on a date, is that family is important to him. And so I think that when it comes to blending your family, it's about number one, keep the main thing the main thing. The main thing is our marriage. There would not be a family, whether it's blended or not, if we didn't have a strong marriage. So your marriage is number one. Number two is the family, and then how that looks for you guys, your own traditions and different things. I mean, it's probably great for those that have significant others that get along with the new spouse, but it's not that way all the time. And so you have to do what works for your family, and kids getting adjusted. I think one of the benefits for us is that our older kids were pretty mature as it related to us getting married, and also the fact that I think it was helpful for Bobby because Bobby is my husband's oldest, and then there's two smaller children who have a different mom. So he already had somewhat sort of a blend there. So I think that helped, and then we were together and. When the kids were younger than they are now, so that helped, I think. And so that's all I have to say before it cuts me off again, honey. And don't just say ditto.
No, yeah. Ditto. You have said enough.
Nothing? Oh,
No, I agree. I mean, as long as everybody knows their particular role or whatever it may be, I mean, and that the kids see that there's a structure in between my wife and myself, and that our roles are defined, and they see that we're strong, and then that kind of, I think, trickles down to them, and then they can have confidence in, knowing that, they can come to either one of us if there's any questions or concerns with any of our children. So, and just it wouldn't work, I would say, if your children weren't, I don't want to say spoiled, but not disciplined in a way. I mean, there has to be, they need to know that, they don't need to be disrespectful to the other parent, and they know there has to be some consequences if they are. I mean, not in a way where they're afraid, but just know that, hey, this is how we treat people with respect, and especially, bringing in a new family member or whatnot. If there's respect there in the beginning, then that just grows, and then, then the kids end up, beginning to love the other parent. So it starts off just with just respect, and it just grows from there.
all right. So that is, thank you, honey. You're so awesome. So that is day number 3 of our 12 days of marriage, and we will see you tomorrow with day number 4. Take care and God bless.
Bye-bye.